Once a TT who was on duty on a Bangalore-bound train from Mumbai caught a girl who was hiding under a seat. She was around 13 or 14 years old. The TT asked the girl to produce a ticket. The girl hesitantly replied that she had no ticket. The TT told the girl to get off the train immediately. Suddenly, a voice from behind said, "I will pay for her." That was the voice of Mrs. Usha Bhattacharya, who was a college lecturer by profession. She asked her what her name was. "Chitra," the girl replied. "Where are you going?" "I have nowhere to go," the girl said. After reaching Bangalore, Mrs. Bhattacharya handed over the girl to an NGO to be taken care of. Around 20 years after, Mrs. Bhattacharya was invited to San Francisco, USA to deliver a lecture in a college there. She was in a restaurant having a meal. After she finished, she asked for the bill. But she was told that her bill was already paid for. When she turned back, she saw a woman with her husband smiling at her. Mrs. Bhattacharya asked the couple, "Why did you pay the bill?" The young woman replied, "Ma'am, the bill I paid is extremely little compared to the fare you paid for me for that train journey from Mumbai to Bangalore." "Oh, Chitra, it's you!" Mrs. Bhattacharya said happily, astonished. The young lady said, "Ma'am, my name is not Chitra now. I am Sudha Murthy. And this is my husband, Narayan Murthy, the man who established the multi-million Infosys software company. And she, the chairman of the Infosys Limited." Yes, the little help you extend to others can change their whole lives. By the way, Akshata Murthy is the daughter of this couple, and she is married to Rishi Sunak, who is about to become the Prime Minister of the UK. In Jeremiah 31 verses 1 to 7, the first reading of today, we have a set of positive affirmations, some of the most consoling pronouncements we have in the Bible. If we are down and low, these are the passages we must tune ourselves to. The Lord says, "I have loved you with an everlasting love. So I am constant in my affection for you. I build you once more. You shall be rebuilt." This section of Jeremiah is often referred to as the Little Book of Consolation. It is a careful compilation spelling out the certainty of Israel's hope. This hope is firmly grounded in the message of salvation. It is not just a vague injunction to look on the brighter side of things, not even an optimistic assessment of historical events. It makes appeal to the human heart by pointing to hope as the rediscovery of God as the Creator. In the Gospel, Matthew chapter 15, verse 21 to 28, far from an act of kindness, it is a little distressing to hear such disparaging words from Jesus. Seems uncompassionate, unduly harsh, and insensitive. Here, Jesus is using the language of the Jewish people of his time in referring to the Gentiles as dogs. What are dogs compared to children? There are three ways of interpreting the same text. 1. The simplest and the easiest method is to simply treat it as an inauthentic, as credited to Jesus by those opposed to the Gentile mission. Nevertheless, a happy ending is added by somebody later. The woman, instead of being sent away, was able to win the praise of Jesus besides getting his daughter healed. The second approach treats the story as authentic, but argues that the behavior of Jesus is not so harsh. The saying, therefore, is to be taken as a mere proverb, meaning charity begins at home. Dogs refer to any household pets not something abusive. The third interpretation insists on accepting the story as it stands in all its harshness. Jesus' limited perspective is in part corrected by the clear retort of a desperately bold woman who convinces him that Gentiles must also share in God's bounty. We may ask now, why did Jesus ever withdraw into the Gentile territory of Tyre and Sidon, if only to go and cast slur on them? Can't be. Prophet Ezra clearly states in chapter 9 verses 1 to 11, Israel was not supposed to fraternize with the Canaanites and other Gentile nations. One thing is clear, Jesus heals her daughter because of the faith of the woman. Jesus was no ordinary physician dispensing wonder drugs to any who could pay him. A relationship of faith was essential. The believing Gentiles poses a sharp contrast to the unbelieving Pharisees and the scribes from Jerusalem. Jesus is rejected by fellow Jews. The Gentiles recognize him as their Lord, with mercy making it possible for them to join the table of God. For us Christians, the passage has certainly Eucharistic overtone. Humility is a necessary ingredient of faith. Let us approach the altar of the Lord with the attitude of the Canaanite woman in the Gospel. With humility, let us beg His mercy. May God bless us all.